In just a few short weeks, quarterback Jim Kelly has taken his place alongside such hallowed Buffalo institutions as spicy chicken wings, beef on wick, and harsh winters. The Bills desperately needed a shining new star, and they've got one in this strong-armed, swaggering, and incredibly talented young passer. Kelly is one of the 6 first-round quarterbacks taken in the golden harvest that was the 1983 NFL College Draft. Another member of that group is the present starter for today's opponent, the Kansas City Chiefs. Todd Blackledge led Penn State to a national championship and now has been handed the leadership role in Kansas City with the hopes that he'll get similar results. So far, Todd isn't doing too badly. The Chiefs have won 2 of their first 3 games to keep them in the running in the powerhouse AFC Western Division. Last week, the Bills equaled half their win total of 1985 when they defeated the Cardinals for their first victory of the season. So it's a battle between 2 young quarterbacks who hope to lift their struggling teams into contending status. From Rich Stadium, it's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills in the NFL Game of the Week. With 2 such talented quarterbacks hooking up in this game, the footballs figured to be flying. But on the opening kickoff, the only thing that was airborne was Buffalo return man Walter Broughton, number 89. Chiefs special team ace Jeff Smith was the man who put Broughton into orbit. But then the Bills' Jim Kelly unleashed a flurry of flying objects that helped take some of the sting out of the Chiefs' game-opening hit. After a series of steady, if unspectacular completions, Kelly then showed why he is valued for his head as well as his arm. In an obvious passing situation down with 3rd and long, Kelly read a KC blitz and audibilized right at the line. The result was the easiest touchdown the Bills will probably score this season. Number 40, Rob Riddick, galloped 41 yards for the touchdown as Buffalo broke out on top 7-0. A second look shows Kelly abandoning the shotgun formation when he saw too many angry Chiefs on the line. Once Riddick slipped through the hole, there was no one left to take him down. Even with star running back Greg Bell out of the game, the Bills appeared to be in good hands with backup Riddick. Meanwhile, Jim Kelly had shown both brains and brawn in his very first offensive series. Now the ball was in the court of quarterback rival Todd Blackledge. Blackledge had not torn up the league in his first 3 starts, so he was anxious to have a good day in Buffalo. The Bills were intent on allowing no such thing. Buffalo gave Blackledge a love tap or 2 and also had some early success stopping the Chiefs' running game. But then Todd Blackledge started to show his stuff by launching a few darts to wide receiver Anthony Hancock, number 82. Eventually, the Chiefs were at the Buffalo goal line, but the obviously improved Bills defense would not let them get into the end zone. On 3rd down, Blackledge looked for Hancock again, but this time the duo could not connect. Chiefs settled for a Nick Lowry field goal. And as the first period wound down, the Bills were ahead in both the Kelly-Blackledge duel as well as on the scoreboard. Kansas City defense felt a two-fisted approach might be the best way to contain Jim Kelly. But first they'd have to get within arm's reach of the Buffalo passer. When they didn't, Kelly simply picked them apart. At the end of the first period, the Chiefs finally did meet up with Kelly. However, the powwow took place after Jim had let go of the football. Kelly did not take too kindly to Kansas City's treatment, and things got worse on the next play when the Chiefs knocked him out of the game with an arm injury. When replacement Frank Reich stepped in, the nasty treatment continued. This sack by Kansas City linebacker Dino Hackett stopped one Bills drive, and then Buffalo simply stopped themselves on another with a costly fumble at the Chiefs' goal line. Number 34, Lloyd Burris, scooped up the loose ball to end the Bills' threat. But now the Chiefs were stuck with their backs to the wall, and a fired-up Bills defense didn't give them much breathing room in such cramped quarters. One of the ringleaders of the Buffalo surge was number 78 defensive end Bruce Smith, who closed out a very fruitless Chiefs series by sacking Blackledge for a big loss. The fans' cheers then mushroomed into a deafening roar as Kelly returned from the locker room. Like Lazarus rising from the dead, Kelly came back with a bruised but not broken forearm. In Hollywood, this is the scene where the plucky young quarterback storms into the huddle and quickly throws a long touchdown pass. But this wasn't Hollywood. It's Buffalo, and Kelly was promptly sent running for his life. On his next try, matters grew even worse as Kelly turned the ball over to the opportunistic Chiefs defense. Dino Hackett made his second big play of the half by heisting Kelly's pass. Now Todd Blackledge had a chance to put the Chiefs on top for the first time in the game, and that's just what he did. After softening the Bills up with short passes underneath, Blackledge bombed Buffalo with a biggie, and Kansas City was suddenly in command. It was the first touchdown reception of the year for number 83, Stephon Page. The last time Page had scored was in last season's final game when he scorched San Diego for 2 touchdowns and a record 309 receiving yards. His numbers in this game weren't as spectacular, but his catch certainly was. After trailing throughout the half, the Chiefs were leading 10-7 with a little over a minute to play. But that was more than enough time for the Bills to mount one final drive. Jim Kelly began the march by calling his own number on a play that featured a soaring conclusion. Rookie running back Ronnie Harmon, number 33, Buffalo's first-round draft choice of 1986, picked up some yardage out of the shotgun formation, then stepped aside as Rob Riddick added on another sizable but painful game. With just seconds to go, place kicker Scott Norwood was called on to try a 52-yard field goal, but his attempt fell short. 3 points that the Bills could certainly have used in what would remain a tight contest in the second half. Scott Blackledge had his Chiefs ahead 10-7 as the second half began. And the fourth-year quarterback went back to the man who had given Kansas City the lead, wide receiver Stephon Page, number 83. The 51-yard hookup was the big play in the Chiefs' opening drive of the half. But the promise of another score ended when running back Boyce Green poorly executed the option pass, resulting in an end zone interception by Martin Bayless, number 43. The Chiefs had missed an excellent scoring opportunity, coming away empty. And now the momentum would shift to the Bills and their quarterback, Jim Kelly. Kelly has proved to be as tough as he is talented, and his ability to withstand the pressure of a strong pass rush continued to be tested in the third quarter. Kelly's pain was clearly evident, but number 12 shook it off to lead the Bills on a scoring drive that featured short passes to a variety of different receivers. This 18-yard completion to number 40 Rob Riddick was followed by the first touchdown of the second half, a Kelly strike to running back Ronnie Harmon, number 33. Kelly had marched Buffalo down the field in 9 plays, covering 80 yards. 5 of the plays were pass completions, as the Bills' first-year quarterback demonstrated that he can be efficient as well as spectacular. Another look at the score reveals Kelly's strong and accurate arm as he drilled the ball through the Chiefs' defense into the hands of Harmon. The Bills had regained the lead 14-10 midway through the third quarter. This team in this town, frustrated by consecutive 2-14 seasons, was thrilled to be following the lead of a confident and talented quarterback named Kelly. Kelly's heroes filled Rich Stadium, and their man was not about to disappoint. Kelly had the Bills in control of this seesaw game, and he was looking to add to Buffalo's 4-point advantage. He went back to the short passing game that had been so effective on the last drive, and he got support from receivers like Chris Burkett, number 85. An occasional run like this burst by Riddick kept the Chiefs' defense off balance, but mostly it was Kelly in the short to medium range passing attack. Five more Kelly completions and Buffalo had the ball again, deep in Chiefs territory. As the fourth quarter got underway, the Bills appeared to be in excellent position to earn their second straight victory, something they had not done in close to 3 years. But this time they would not get in the end zone and had to settle for a Scott Norwood field goal of 32 yards. The Bills now led 17-10, but somehow you sense that Buffalo had lost its edge. Kelly had Buffalo in position to win, a 7-point lead with just over 12 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. In his quarterback duel with Todd Blackledge, he had clearly taken charge. The question now was, could Blackledge, in a very big game for the Chiefs, bring them from behind and show himself to be the kind of winning quarterback all true contenders must have? It was not Blackledge, but an unlikely performer, running back Boyce Green, number 40, who turned in the key plays on a Chiefs drive that would take them to the doorstep of the Buffalo end zone. Green's 27-yard run on a 3rd down and 3 was the spark the Chiefs needed. Kansas City's running game has not been very good the past few seasons, but Green obviously had no sense of history as he ran the Chiefs into position to tie. Now it was up to Blackledge. The 4th-year pro but first-year starter had been shaky in the season's first 3 weeks. Now was no time for tentative play, and Blackledge was up to the challenge. The perfect throw to recently signed tight end Paul Kaufman, number 84, tied the game at 17 with just over 4 minutes remaining in the game. The Chiefs had gone 72 yards in 13 plays. Blackledge had responded to the pressure. With the game deadlocked late in the second half, the Bills still had plenty of time to produce a go-ahead score. And no one doubted that Jim Kelly had the ability and the character to pull out the victory. Kelly wasted little time as he dropped back to fire on the first play of Buffalo's possession. This time, however, he misfired, and his pass was picked off by Kansas City safety Deron Cherry, number 20. One of the least known, best players in the NFL. The interception was Cherry's AFC leading 3rd of the season and deserves a second look. In a game that featured 2 quarterbacks from the NFL's star-studded class of '83, in which 6 quarterbacks were selected in the first round, all of whom are starting, it was a former free agent who would make the decisive play. No defensive back in the NFL has intercepted more passes than Cherry over the last 4 seasons, and few have been more important than this one. Cherry's pick set the stage for the NFL's most efficient place kicker, Nick Lowry, and the league's most accurate kicker of all time calmly drilled home a not-so-routine 48-yarder. Just over a minute to play in the fourth quarter, the Chiefs had surprised Buffalo and led 20-17. Would there be magic in the arm of Jim Kelly, or would the Bills suffer yet another tough loss? Kelly marched his team up to the line of scrimmage one final time on this beautiful Sunday at Rich Stadium, hoping perhaps that wide receiver Andre Reed could share in a Buffalo miracle. But no miracle would be forthcoming. Kelly's prayer was intercepted by Kansas City's Greg Hill, and the Bills were losers for the 3rd time in 1986. For the Chiefs, the victory was particularly satisfying for Todd Blackledge, the last of the class of '83 to earn his place in the sun. Blackledge has yet to perform like classmates Elway, Eason, O'Brien, and Marino, or receive the attention of Kelly. But this maturing young man has his Chiefs winning, and that ultimately is the true measure of a quarterback's success. Not only did the Chiefs win their third game of the season, they shattered an 8-game road losing streak. This week they're home to face the Raiders in what will be their toughest test of the young season.